Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. So my dear sexy Virgos, we are going to ask the universe how to empower you right now, how to make you feel like you have some control, some power in some aspect of your life, because you can't in all the time. You just can't. It's not gonna happen. So if there's a way that the universe could speak to Virgo right now through these cards to give them some empowerment in their life, what would it be? How can we empower Virgo? How can Virgo empower themselves right now? How can Virgo empower themselves? And I'm only using, well, I'm using two tarot decks. This is the Tarot of Dreams, and I'm using the Millennium Thoth tarot deck. And I'm trying to just get one card from each one. I'm keeping it very simple and very streamlined. Whoa, whoa, ooh, look at you. The High Priestess, or just the Priestess, this one. Ooh, Virgo. Transcending the darkness. Well, what I like about this one is darkness into darkness, the key to all mystery. That's the truth. Ooh. Wow. This is like two. There's a lot of magic in this card, I'm going to say. There's a lot of magic in this card. If you're into spell work or anything like that, I'm only laughing because you think, like, for me, like, because I'm a tarot reader, I have no idea. Like, I really legit, I totally have no idea. And I used to watch readers and they're going on about someone doing candle work and candle work. I'm like, what is that? What do they mean? And it's literally like, I looked that up. Like, you're doing candle work if you blow out your candles at a birthday party. That's kind of like what that is. It's probably going to really correct me. I'm telling you, I'm very ignorant on this. But all I can tell you is I'm getting a very strong message here about magic. Magic. Like really going into some sort of practice. Whether that is like going out, following the moon cycles, doing certain things during certain periods of moon cycles. Even got like, it's a crystal ball, but it looks so much like, you know, like the mirror on the wall. And then we have the candles, which is bringing up the candle work. These two pillars and going into the darkness. Taking your darkness into the darkness. So this is almost like a really deep form of shadow work. Wow. What an interesting thing. Yeah, like taking your darkness and going into the darkness. So looking at the deeper, darker elements of humanity, of this journey in life, the things that we struggle through, the things that burden us, or perceive too. But how you perceive these things that we struggle with, the things that feel like burdens, that is your personal experience, and that's part of what this is. So, someone could perceive something as being very burdensome, but someone else is like, not at all. What is that a problem? Don't, right? Like, it's your journey. So whatever, looking at that on your level, and then seeing what darkness is sitting inside you, that you are perceiving as a burden, as a darkness, as something that's, it's a heavier energy in some aspect of your life, and taking it into the darkness, because that's how you're going to see it clearly. You're not going to see or understand this darkness clearly by doing light work. This is going into the shadow aspects of the human existence. And looking at your darkness in the darkness. Don't shine any light on it. Don't try to make it any sort of light, because it's not. It's darkness to be recognized as darkness. That's the key. There, you're going to find the answer. There's definitely some sort of spell work here. So look that up if you're comfortable, like looking it up. I will tell you one thing that I've sort of, and I'm seeing it here because I'm seeing it with the pentagram on here. And I bought a deck. I actually never shared this with anyone. I bought a deck like a long time ago. And I was intrigued by it. I thought, oh, this would be interesting. And it wasn't really what I expected it to be. And it took me a while. I actually got it. It was one of those decks that I got, and I kind of looked at it. I played with it a bit, and I thought, it's not calling to me. It's not, you know, doing anything. And then, I don't know, a few months ago, I picked it up again, and boy, it just like, boom. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. So what I learned about this deck, and this is a very simple way of some sort of magic, really, is, okay, I got this deck, the Witch's Oracle. It's pretty fascinating. Here's the deck. It looks really cool too. It looks really cool. It looks really cool. And what is fascinating about this is every single card has an incantation. And you know, people always talk about an affirmation. Say this affirmation. One thing that I have learned, I'm going to tell you, rappers know. You know, if you don't like rap music or you don't understand it, you're like, I don't understand how that's successful, because it's incantation. It's like, there is so much power in rhyme, it's not funny. Poetry, like there is a lot of power in rhyming words. I've really learned that through this book. I'm gonna get you I've never done this for anyone. I'm gonna do this for you, Virgo. This is my deck. And I found it fascinating because every time I would like ask for a card, it spoke so deeply about a point that I was in my life. And the incantation, I would always repeat it 3 times out loud. And the incantation that was associated with the card that I got, it was like to help you go through that, right? Like to help you see clearly, to help you move out of something, to help you transcend to the next level. Like it's not like, you know, evil stepmother gonna. All right, so let's get one card here for Virgo. They're going, there's something here. I'm feeling drawn to do this. You need a Witch's Oracle card. Don't tell anyone else I did this. I probably won't do this again on the channel because these are my cards. It's my gift to you. It's an interesting split. So what is the card? Lightning. I've never pulled this card out before. I have no idea what it's about. I'm going to read the whole thing to you, Virgo. Lightning. This is supposed to empower you. So remember, I'm going to try to say this incantation very clearly. If you want it, you can record it. You can write it down. Say it. This is for you. This is for you. Lightning. Lightning. A bolt of lightning is symbolic of power and destruction. The ancient myths say that Romans, Greeks, and other early civilizations worshipped lightning. Worshipped lightning came from a brief... I don't know, there's something wrong there grammatically. It always throws me off. The ancient myths say that Romans, Greeks, and other early civilizations worshipped lightning came from a belief in the spirit world. A handful of the gods relied on the power of the lightning bolt to threaten, scare, or punish the mortals on earth. One of the most powerful of Greek gods was Zeus, and his weapon of choice was the lightning bolt. The lightning bolt also has a deep biblical link to Lucifer. Oh, how crazy is that? You're supposed to take your darkness into the darkness. I'm telling you, it's crazy how this shit works. Meaning, typically, the symbolic meaning of lightning deals with instant and divine intervention. Lightning is a major message from a higher source, a message for the observer to wake up and pay attention to his or her surroundings. When this card is drawn, it should be taken as a warning to do just that. Pay close attention to what creative or destructive forces are at work in your life, and then handle them accordingly. If you choose to ignore the warning, lightning may very well strike. Oh, that kind of tells, that reminds me of like, if there's something going on in your life that is not your path, it's not your higher good, it's shitty energy, it's bad energy, and you're not taking yourself out of it, the universe is going to give you a damn tower moment. It's going to be like, poof, it's all gone, all done, deal with that. There you go, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. You can take all those 5s, you're going to need a huge change here, right? Like that's feeling like. Okay, here's the incantation. I've just been warned to be alert in order to remain unhurt. Show me what I need to see and let love and light envelop me. I'm gonna say it again. I always say them 3 times. I've just been warned to be alert in order to remain unhurt. Show me what I need to see and let love and light envelop me. I've just been warned to be alert in order to remain unhurt. Show me what I need to see and let love and light envelop me. Isn't that cool? This is the coolest book. I don't think I found this online. I found this at a place that I go to. What's it called? It's far from here. Nuit? Oh, she changed the name too. I don't know. Anyways, you probably find it online in any other country outside Canada. Okay. Oh, the lightning. Let's keep that out for now. This is a fascinating. This is fascinating. Who am I doing this for? Virgo. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm just totally like taken in by this. Like, I was thinking it's the sexy sign. I think it's Virgo. I'll double check. Yeah, it's Virgo. Okay, one more tarot card to go with this. One more. Yeah, that's a good deck too. It's a good deck. Like, it's just fascinating. Anyway, there's... Wow, I just can't believe how these are connecting. It's so fascinating. I just find too, like, I find like the whole... That's why I get all caught up with religion and stuff. Like, because I really... It's something that I never would have explored, right? I'll be honest. I think I've said it before too. Like, I grew up in a very like vanilla, like, well, I shouldn't say vanilla. It was a very multicultural area. I grew up in Etobicoke in Ontario, and like everybody in my white kids, like there was like maybe 3 out of 30 kids in the class. It was like a huge mix of kids. So if I say vanilla, I don't mean it like multicultural, but in terms of like any sort of spiritual, there was nothing around me, like nothing. I was sort of hesitant at first to get the Witch's Oracle because yeah, like most of the stuff that's been impregnated into my mind is like what you see depicted in Hollywood and in movies and, you know, in history. But through my own journey here, I've really learned that there's nothing dark. And if anything, what is associated with darkness is usually there to empower you and to strengthen you. It's the challenge in life. And when I see things like Catholicism and just, you know, the whole Christian religion, it really bothers me because I see this dogma of trying to convince people that you need some sort of other person for you to communicate with the universe, with God, with your deeper self. It's such a big piece of bullshit. Like, it just makes me so mad. It does make me so, because that takes people's power away. And something like that is not. It's been depicted throughout time to be dark and evil and bad. I'm telling you, the witches were probably trying to do all the really good shit and trying to help, and they were living in nature. They were like working with, they were alchemists, like, just getting all upset here. I just really like going into the darkness in a way, darkness into darkness, the key to all mystery. The darkness isn't necessarily the bad stuff. Like, we can sugarcoat so much. Like, it's just, you know, I know I'm gonna get the odd person that's gonna be like, how can you say that? Hey, yeah, I think I believe in like Christ love. I believe that the universe has like, the universe is made of love. I've had that experience. I know it. I feel it. Do I think that, yes, if Jesus was an actual person, do I think he wanted anyone to make a religion around him? Absolutely not. It's not why anyone came. It's not why Buddha came. Anybody. Don't do that. Swords. Ah, oh my God. I just feel like, yeah, look at her. Look at her. Look at this bad bitch. She's just like, that's enough. You know what? Okay, so this is interesting. I gotta say, this is very interesting because the feminine energy has been persecuted throughout history for a very long time. And it's been held down. And there has been a lot of like the readings that I've been doing, particularly the Oakman. If you come in to catch those on Fridays, if they're readings about, well, they could be about anything, to be honest. But it's for the collective. And a very strong message that came out early on with them was the balance between masculine and feminine energy. But this is, the balance needs to come within each one of us first, right? It needs to come within each one of us first before that balance can actually exist like outside of us in our world. There's some very empowering feminine energy in this reading right here. If you're not clearly seeing that, these cards. Yeah, there's something here. There's something here. I think that this is like a real strong, it's a strong message. It's a strong message to you. I don't want to say it's a warning because I think whatever this is, you're going to handle it. You're going to deal with it. You're going to be fine. But there's something outside of you that's influencing you that shouldn't be. Whether that's a thought process that you've established on your own through outside sources. And outside sources are our world, our media, you know, movies, Hollywood, all of that. There's definitely like something that you need to cut out. Could not be much more clear with this Queen of Swords. Just, I love her. Poor guy, he's got a really nice beard and a nice head of hair though. That's a shame. That's too bad that didn't work out for him. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, we need to go to the Return of Spirit. It's a very... Oh, Virgo, you took me down a path here. You really did. This has been a really interesting reading. This has been so interesting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's one of those readings where I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just doing these cards. I might just pull out more cards here, but I'm just going to leave it. I think I really know Virgos. You guys are you're so strategic. Your minds are so analytical. Oh yeah, you guys will have more, you guys will know more about this than I do already. This whole reading, I know that. But it's just fascinating energy that's going on right here, right now. This is like, and I've never, like I said, the Witch's Oracle, I have never shared that with anyone that I have that. And that's feminine. That is divine feminine energy that is being empowered here. This is very, oh geez. Take flight, man. It's ready to, you are ready to fly. You are ready to get your Witch's Oracle deck. You're ready to do your candle magic, whatever it is you're going to do. You are really ready to fly here. I really feel this darkness into darkness is literally pieces and aspects of yourself that perhaps you think are dark. They're not. They're probably not. Like, are they really dark? Are they really dark? And utilize and look into things that you think, or that society thinks are dark. Society is so messed up. Like really, looking at society for direction, what a mess this world is in. I gotta tell you something. What a mess. Oh yeah. Oh Virgo, I'm all worked up now. So the green space that I go for my walks in, it's my first time living in this area, so it's my first time walking through there. It's beautiful. There's a community garden. People going, they got their veggie gardens going. And I was laughing. Every time I had to laugh that I'm walking through here because there's a huge swath of this like green space. They actually planted some little orchard trees in there. I think it was last year, but it's like a field. It's just a field of wildflowers. It's beautiful. Within that field of wildflowers, the town created this, I don't know, how big would it be? Maybe it's 10 by 8 feet, maybe? And it's called a bee garden. It's called a bee garden. Right? It's a bee garden. So there's special flowers in there that are just for the bees. So imagine this. I don't know. I'm really bad with, I don't know how many acres. Like this is acres of green space out there. And there's a 10 by 8 foot bee habitat. Flowers. And it's all wild flowers. And I'm thinking, this is so funny. Like, because you can see all the bees are mostly in the wild area. A bee garden. It's just there for looks, right? So, yeah. So the town went and they cut it. They cut it. Not the bee garden. The whole field. It's all cut down. And I didn't discover it by walking there, because I hadn't walked there for a while because it's really, really hot and there's not a lot of shade and it's too hot for Lily. So, I saw it on like a Facebook post for our community. And people were outraged. Like, why did the town do this? And one of the counselors replied and said some people were complaining that the grass was too long. The grass was too long. It was filled with wild carnations and daisies and I don't know what else, buttercups. Like, it was beautiful. And I guess a few people thought it's messy. We need to cut that. You need to cut that. So the town just went in, like, they're ignorant too. I just sometimes like that. That's like this. That's where the masculine energy is not cooperating. Like, right? This is a very empowering feminine energy empowerment here. And that is also about any men or people that associate themselves as more masculine to stepping up and saying, you know what, we really are here. We need to nurture our earth. We need to nurture earth. That's not nurturing earth, cutting down acres of beautiful wild flowers because some dickheads think it's ugly. Just like, anyways, okay, that's gonna leave that in. Feline. Right, I'm trying to be like really calm. Your reading has so much feminine strength. Yeah, just like, don't get women upset. I think guys know that too. You get them upset, we are just like, that's the mama bear. The 8 of Wands. There is movement. There's communication. Yeah, these are like lightning bolts, man. These are like lightning bolts. Look at you. I actually think you might be the lightning bolt in this story a little bit. I'm going to call myself a Virgo. Just for today, I'm going to take this reading with you guys. I like the energy in this. The 6 of Wands. Nothing's going to hold you back, man. Nothing's going to hold you back. You're on fire. Woo. Gosh. I gotta calm down and go into Libras. It's all about balance. See, that's where I need to go right now. It's all about balance. But that's not balance. What happened? I'm almost tempted to make a song. So upset. Anyways. It's like up at my folks. The town's finally, it's not really a town. What they call it. They finally stopped. So on the side of the road, all this milkweed would grow. And my son and I would walk along there and we'd watch, every time we go up over the summer, we would see like all the little eggs from the monarch butterflies that are having difficulty. Their species is struggling like the bees. And, all their eggs on all this milkweed. And then we would see the little tiny baby caterpillars and fascinating. And then as the summer went on, they'd be getting really big, right? Like they'd be huge. And then towards the end of summer, the township would come by and cut it all down. They would just cut it all down. I remember talking to my mom about that once. Like, does anybody use their head? Do any government bodies use their head? Does anyone think before they do so? There's so much bureaucracy sometimes. It's very frustrating. So anyways, enough people wrote letters and said, hey, do you realize every year you guys are cutting milkweed down? And you're actually cutting it down at a very critical point in the development of these caterpillars. They're just at that size where they're almost ready to go into a chrysalis and you kill them all. And I'm done. Just get off my soapbox. Oh, yeah, anyways, I feel this. I think I'm going to have to pull out a witch's oracle just to calm myself down. It's going to tell me what to do. I'm thinking okay. Thank you. Thank you, Virgo, for getting me all worked up for you. Let's go. Let's do this, right? Like, let's save the world. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm going to stop right there. I got to take a breath. I probably have to go meditate before I do Libra now. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.